hope traders and investors alike were green on Friday. In this video, we're going to recap our trading action the best that we can from our trading room from January the 12th, which was Friday. So what we knew coming into market open, we knew we started hitting the Houthi rebels. There was they were talking about responding to our airstrikes. So we've seen some action there in the market, or we're expecting some more drama coming up through the day as the day was going on. So we were hoping to see some movement out of that. Not that we were looking for or hoping to have any drama, but it, possible catalyst. We had some Bitcoin issues going on from the day before. Bitcoin was looking pretty weak, so that's a possible market moving catalyst there. PPI, we just had CPI come out the day before. Market sold on it. PPI come out, seeming like that they liked it here coming into market open. We also had banks come out and report. They sold them at first and then seen dip buyers come in, buy them back. They did not come back in for Delta. So, and United Airlines, I believe, also had a earnings beat as well. So some good signs coming in, seeing the dip buyers come back in on the banks, and seeing them dip by the PPI here, making a strong move coming into Friday. Was a little excited about the day. Always looking for a possible touch of that all-time high, and that's exactly what I was personally hoping to see. Not that wasn't trading like that, so I still traded my signals. And when the market did pull back over the day, I did not lose any money because I was looking, I was hoping to push up and get to an all-time high. Maybe I was over expecting that, but it didn't cost me any money because of the way that I trade. All right, so let's just get this first candle on here. So they did buy it up, and this is your first 1 minute candle. We're going to be covering the 1 and the 5 mostly here. We may touch on some other time frames. Please remember that everything that we talk about here on the 1 and 5, you can incorporate this on higher time frames as well. So you can use it up, the same things, the same setups we're talking about here. You can use that on a daily, a monthly, a 4 hour, a 30 minute. Same setup. You're just expecting a follow through on a higher time frame candle, which takes longer. I'm looking for shorter time frame trades, so I trade mostly the 1 and 5, but of course I am watching other time frames as well. And we're going to cover the SPY, and I do trade the SPX rate off of the SPY chart. Doesn't make a lot of sense to a lot of people, but that gives me a 1 second head start to get into the candles because I am trading off of the SPY candle, and the SPX is lagging about 1 second behind me. So as I'm getting into the trade, the SPX candle starting to move. So our levels were already on the chart. So our first candle was green. Second candle, remember, we're not looking to take any trades in that first 5 minutes unless it's a scalp only. We need to see the first 5 minute candle be taken out by the second 5 minute candle in one direction, which is a sign of strength no matter what direction it is. So trying to push higher here. This is the third candle coming back into the 9, trying to flag. See how we handle the 9. Next candle trying to push, and that's candle number 5 right there, looking like a little H buy pattern. So we're going to take a look at our 5 minute time frame. So the first 5 minute candle looks good, giving follow through off that pre-market candle, turning the 5 on. The 5 is breaking the range of this candle, trying to push higher outside of that 1 minute BB. See what we can do here. Or I'm sorry, outside of that 5 minute BB. Going to go back to the 1 minute chart. So need to get this 5 off on the 5 or on the 1. All right, see what we get here. Can we go higher? Looking for like an H buy pattern type move. Need a close above, and there is a close above with follow through trying to go higher. So that candle did confirm the first candle. The 9 is on the way up. Nice looking flag breakout there. And this is what you were actually looking for, was a candle to break out of that line. I should have drawn that. But for me, it's the first candle that closes up above, looking for confirmation on that, because it is a little H buy pattern. If you take a lowercase h and turn it upside down, so instead of the H sell, it's an H buy. Okay, we continue higher. Bands are signaling upside, rising. Tried to do a rising one, was not able to form that. coming back into the 9 again. See how we handle it on this time. So got a very strong push up there. Kind of exciting at this point. We had call flow coming in, and breadth was, I believe, breadth was pushing higher at market open, which was letting us know that there was some buying across the market, and we were bullish on market flow at open as well. So let's take a look at the 5-minute candle. So you can see a rising one right there, trying to get follow through with a close above. Let's turn the 5 on the 5 on. The 5 on the 5 is catching up nicely here, trying to stay with price action, so that's also a good sign. Go back to the 1-minute chart. See how we look here. Trying to hold, watching the 9 closely, So at this point, when we're seeing this 9 round over that much, we're looking for most likely a probability say we're going to pull back and possibly just hold the 20 and a 9 on the 5 at this point. But we're seeing that 9 roll at that pitch right there. So a good chance we're going to pull in to do at least do a goose. Put in a goose head before going higher. Now here on the 5, you can see a evening star candle pattern being put in here as well, with breaking below the 5 on the 5. So let's go back to the 1 and let's turn that 5 on the 5 off. So we are expecting a slight pullback here. We are below the 1 and the 5 on the 5, pulling in. See how we handle this. All right, so at this point in the group, I'm already saying we got a shoulder looking at ahead, so that's telling us right there that price action may give us some kind of possible shoulder before we go lower. And please understand, we're just looking for a higher low for this to push up and put in a lower high before going lower. Doesn't mean we won't get follow through off this candle. Right there, still no follow through. Bullish Rami starting to change the 9. So possible goose head setting up. Paying very close attention to that 9. We do have a bearish MACD. So 2 scenarios here. We can form a goose head and go higher if we reclaim the 9. At this point, what we need to do is we have some angle on some candles there. So we should be watching this angle on those candles. Like that. So back above that, we can look to go higher. But if we don't get back above that line, we're not looking to go in for calls at all. We got to take that out before going higher. Now, there can be a scalp up to that area, but I don't even suggest that with the 9 and 20 there. Just wait for it to clear that area looking for a trade, because we could be putting in a lower high before going lower to finish up a possible head and shoulders pattern. Understanding what we're seeing on the chart and the anticipation, or not the anticipation, but seeing what we're seeing on the chart and understanding on what to expect is huge. So right there, you can see however you see this. Now, if you don't see this as a head and shoulders, that's fine. Shoulder, head, shoulder, upward sloping. That's a falling 3 right there. However you want to see it, that's a falling 3. But with this particular pattern, like I said on Friday, a trade from there down to this level was good, but we want to break below that level. We got horizontal support at that level, so at this point we need a candle to close below this. So we're looking for confirmation below that before we come any lower. Next candle right there, trying to confirm, still no confirmation. The 9 and the 20, the 9 is coming down, the 20 is trying to turn. Let's go take a look at the 5-minute chart really quick. So there's your evening star that confirmed, coming down with another candle, has broken the 9. The 5 will turn the 5 on, broke that, 5's rolled over, it's broken the 9, coming into the 20 on the 5 there. And at this point, the 20 on that 5 was a level of support coming into this area on the 1. So right now we're looking to break below this area. We still want a candle to close below this area right here before going lower. So we're looking to take that range low out and move lower. And that right there is slightly using the blended candle method, that's giving us a candle pattern called a falling 3, a good signal to go lower. Let's go back to the 5, and you can see that 20, we're coming up on that now. So we just took the 5 out on, or the 50 out on the 1, and coming lower, this is when we were looking to come into our 476.29 level, and we were able to get in here pretty good down to the target. And you can see right here on the 5-minute time frame, we come in and hit it, and now the buyers come back in to buy that back up. So let's go back into the 1. So right here we have a pen bar telling us the buyers are trying to come in here. Let's see what they can do. Still right there. So this candle gapped up, and you can see this right here. I remember talking about this in the Discord. The buyers come back in. So when this candle opened up the exact second this candle closed, that little microsecond that it took the next candle to open up, that buying momentum had to follow through, and this candle was able to push it up. This candle closing up at that wick, I would prefer a good strong close. I would prefer it to move above the top of this wick, looking for a scalp up to that 9. We don't move above the top of that wick, we're not looking for a scalp up to that 9. We could see weakness and looking for a retrace. Got a nice bullish Marbuzo candle there. See what we get on the next candle. And this candle, you can see this candle actually gapped up and got slammed back down. The buyers were able to come back again. So that's a sign that the dip buyers are still active. They are still trying to come in. The MACD is still bearish. See what we get on the next candle. We're looking for a move up to the 9, but no more. You can see this candle right here heading up to the 9. So this candle actually gapped down. So the sellers were stepping in the microsecond that that candle did close here, that they were able to take it lower, and then it moved lower before the buyers were able to snap it back up. We're not looking for anything above that 9 until we get above that 9. So no trades until we get above that 9. Looking for a scalp up to the 9s. What we were saying down here was possible, but not looking for anything until we take that 9 out. MACD is changing character. Right there, we got a close above the 9. Now we're looking for this MACD to continue to change character. We want to be able to hold 9 and see the 9 turn up. If we're going to go higher, we got to hold that 9 and see it turning up. At this point, if anything, it's just a move up to the 20 at the most. It's a good chance while we're setting this up and while we're waiting for this 9 to roll over. It's a good chance we're going to end up pulling back into that 9. So we have to be really careful here looking for a trade until we clear this 20. We want to see this 9 coming up, and you can see the action holding at that 9 and very tower topish. Let's go look at the 5-minute time frame. So right there, you have a bearish engulfing candle coming back in. Let's click that 5 on. The 5 is coming down, applying pressure. So that move back down with the very tower topish looking pattern, which we trade a lot of those. It's a very simple pattern. Strong candle coming in, strong candle going out, squared off price action. This puts the target down here to your candle line. We're not looking for a move into 476.29 till we clear that candle line, but could be looking for a good follow-through candle to give a great scalp on the way down. And one candle trying to head down to the target right there. Target hit. Got to have a candle close below that area to head lower. Just want to point out this 200 down here. Your Bollinger Bands are already suggesting more downside, but just want to point out that 200 right there for support below the 476.29, and the 476.29 was on the chart well before yesterday. So watching to take this area out before we're even thinking about going in could be a possible W pattern. You can see the bear flag right there failing and working. Anytime I can start to see this, I'm always looking for a possible W, but everything needs confirmation. That was still a bear flag, which give us a close below that 476.29, which should be signaling more downside. The only issue is we got to deal with this 200 on the 1. Let's take a look at the 5-minute time frame real quick. You see the 5-minute time frame follow through on that bearish engulfing candle, coming back up to the 1-minute time frame. See what we do get here. Another nice follow through candle. So this candle did close below. The buyers are trying to take it back, which caused that candle to gap up slightly and push higher. was heading up for a retest of a short-term moving average before breaking back down, closing below that 200. At this point, we want to get this 9 down here. We're just extended below a level is what we're looking for now, is this 9 to catch up, so we can get some kind of touch of a breakout area, a touch of a short-term moving average, kind of settle down a little bit. So not really looking for a trade in there, and was able, I remember trading that wick play, was able to get a wick play out of that. But this is why we're waiting right here, trying to form a bear flag, why the 9's coming down. It's exactly what we want. Give it an area to put in a base, and then we look for a breakout. 9 just crossed the level, or tried to cross the level, and this candle is trying to push us higher. So we did have a downtrend drawn through here. I should have just extended that line. So we were watching this downtrend at this point, looking for a breakout of it. Not the perfect line here. Let me see if I can get it a little bit better. There we go. And I have not been hugging my candle body super tight, just leaving a little room for error in places. And that's okay. I'd rather give $1 at the beginning of that trade and just win more trades by having a better chances, better confirmation. Pushing back up into the line, trying to push up into the 20 there. So far, rejection at the trend line. So this would make this range low target right now, but we never closed back below that level before pushing higher. So we would have to close below this level here for this range low to be target. In this case, we got a bullish engulfing candle. Actually a little pin bar type candle here, not a bullish, more kind of a bullish Arami, but what this actually is a morning star right here, which is signaling a move higher. So your morning star forms a rising 1. So we confirm that candle right there actually confirmed. I know it's a down candle, but still closed outside. That is confirmation. Opened up. Now we have a rising 1, trying to confirm that rising 1. Watching the Bollinger Bands. At this point, the bands are tubing. No trades until those bands open up. So we want to see those bands open up like somebody's walking into a building with a set of double doors, and they're walking in like they own the place. Just we want to see them swing wide open. The Bollinger Bands are an indicator that judges volatility. Now, it does not know the direction. So when we see a band drifting in one direction, that's just kind of moving along. When we see it whip open, that's when your actual signal's coming for your breakout. But we want to see them walk in like somebody's walking in like they own the place. We want to see them open up in both directions. All right there. Still hanging out. It's a little small tower top, but coming back in. No confirmation on that yet. Still closing above that 9. We would still like to go higher. We always want to go higher. So, but to go higher, we have confirmed over the trend, telling us to starting a new trend. Now, just because we're going to get the birth of a new trend doesn't necessarily mean it's got to go higher. It can go sideways or start another leg down. So, but right now, no confirmation to the downside. Still holding the 9. We would like to continue to hold at 9 and see that 9 turn higher if we're going to go higher. Like I say, right now, small tower top, we could be looking to confirm to back down to the downside as well. See what we get. Close below the 9, trying to get below the 20, heading back down. And you can see, nice move here, breaking below, trying to get down to this range low. So right now we need to break below that range low before we go lower. That's the key level to watch to go lower. You can see your bullish Rami is trying to push back up. It's a good chance you can see the birth of a new trend here. You put in a high, you put in a new low. So we need to see where this high is going to go. If it puts in a new high, we're looking to go higher. If we put in a higher or a lower high, then we're looking to come down and put in a new low. So looking to see what this trend's getting ready to give us. And possible lower high right there, signal to go lower. This level still needs to be cleared. Got to clear that level. Still no close below that level. Nice pin bar. That actual pin bar could be a signal to try to go higher, so we need to be careful. So next candle, next 2 candles closing back up. Still possible lower high, watching it very closely there. Still trying to get the trend worked out. Still trying to determine the trend, turning back down. Once again, lower high, shorter price waves. Seeing those shorter price waves like that's telling us what? That price action is being wound up like a spring. When we're seeing price contract like that, we can definitely see a move out of it. Nice little trading range forming. And right now, trying to get a close below. I believe that candle is still not yet closed below. Trying to get down there, but bands are trying to open up. Right here, signal close below. Bands are opening up in both directions, and that MACD is bearish. 9 is coming down below the levels of interest. Trying to get outside of the BBs here, and there we go. Nice move down coming in. It's all breaking below that level right there. All right, so that candle right there coming back up to retest a 9. If we retake that 9, we're looking for a move higher. Very morning starish there. Let's go see what the 5 looks like. 5-minute chart right here. You can see your bullish engulfing candle on the 5. So looking like a very bearish MACD on the 5, looking like a possible reversal. 1-minute MACD changing character. We need to get above that 9. If we're going to go higher, we got to get above that 9, hold that 9. We want to see that 9 turning up. Watching the Bollinger Bands closely as well, we can easily get a rejection here. Bearish Harami. Bands do look like they're trying to go lower here. Tried to confirm this candle actually gapped down, trying to push higher back above the 9. Remember, if it is going to go higher, we want to hold this 9 and see that 9 continue to turn up. Nice close above right there, so small H buy pattern right there, trying to go higher. 20 is the target. We've got to clear that level. We're looking to clear that before we move higher. We also have the 9, the 20, the 5, the 50 all right here on, well, you've got the 200. We just closed back above that. You got the 5, that's the green, the 50, the 9 right there. The 20's up here, but we have all that stuff to clear. So there's a lot of stuff in the way right there. This was a very tricky area to try to trade. Sometimes, it's best to sit on your hands. Coming down, still holding this 9. Still trying to hold the 9 from the 20. Well, we got that. So now we're looking to get over this 50, but we want to be up in this level. If I'm not mistaken, if we go out to the 5, we still had more. Turn that on. We still had more levels here. Let's go to the 15 quickly. So you can see we started at 20 in this area. If we go to the 30, so we still had some higher time frame moving averages in this area. You can see the 5 on the 5 right there. So we were looking to clear this range high, which is the top of that wick. If we go back to the 1, we're looking to be above this range high up here. So expecting backfill at the 9 on the way up. Not saying it won't provide a scalp, but not for a trending trade. We're looking to be up there. Not saying there's not a scalp to be had in here. But there's your backfill on your 9. Got another pattern to talk about throughout the day, so that we got after this area. So I'm going to try to rush through some of this so we can talk more about the pattern. All right, so we did come up in this area. We actually got a close above, which could be a signal to go higher. Now we need to see the flag hold. And we got to close up above this highest point here. So we're looking for this flag to hold, looking for like an H5 type pattern and a move higher. So you can kind of see a shoulder, head. So this may want to pull back and put in a shoulder at this point, but no trades, no long trades until we get up there. Got to be up above that level, preferably up above this area. Like I said, we could come in and retest this area for a possible shoulder. And this is trying to go higher. There's your confirmation H buy pattern, trying to go higher here. See how your 9 acts. Right there, you can see another angle. No long trades until that area is taken out. Only if that area is taken out. Got an M pattern putting in here. So below this area, we can look for a possible trade down on the short side. But we do have to be careful with this 50. So you can see if we're going to move this line here, we have a flag play. If that triggers, that's plan A, plan B, or this could be your plan A and that could be plan B. It doesn't matter. You could see a possible shoulder head, so this may want to push up and put in a lower high before breaking lower. If it's going to break lower, either way, you can see it in pattern right now. You got to break below that. So see what the next candle gives us. So far, no close below that area. It may want to push back up, retouch that trend line before breaking lower. All right, right back. Let's turn this 5 on the 1 off. Right back into your almost into your 20, almost into that trend line. Remember, this could be a lower high to go lower. You can see a nice close up here. Got to get above this range high. Bands are pinching in at this point. No trades until we see what these bands want to do. A nice close up here. Got to be above this level to go higher. Got to take that range high out to go higher. Watching those bands. Need those bands to open up to look for a trade here. Close above. Can we go? Nice backfill, flag play, trying to go higher. Nice close above. Now we still have to clear this area right here. So this area right here, we're still looking for a close above that area. We could look for a scalp up into that area, but that's the overall area we want to clear before looking for a move higher. See what we get on the next candle. Coming back in, a little backfill. 9's trying to turn up right there. Can we reclaim that 9 and go higher? Trying to go higher there. Another backfill candle. Starting to struggle a little bit here. This 9's turning back down. This candle here, where it did. All right, so we're breaking back down here. Some news was starting to come in around 11:30 to 11:36. I believe we were hearing stuff about the Houthi rebels coming in. So nice move down there. Did get a candle to close below all that area. Still holding this area here when this candle opened up and moved below it. So see if we can get some more downside off of that candle. Just confirm lower, just confirm lower. All right, right there. So this candle right here, confirm lower. This candle opened up, pushed back up. So right now, we need to hold, if we're going to go higher, we need to try to hold that 9. If we break below this area here, we're looking for a move down again. This would be the target only if we do break down. We did lose the 9 on this candle right here. So this candle gapped down below and pushed back up into that area. That's not confirmation. Confirmation is a candle to close below. As of right now, this candle is still holding the 9. So if we're going to reverse, we're seeing one brighter red histogram bar coming in, which is telling us our bearish momentum is fading. It does not have to be complete 100% reversal here on that one little bar, but that is a early clue. Pushing back up into the area. Above this candle line, I wouldn't be scared to take a scalp up to that 9. Once again, below the lowest candle body in this range, we're looking for a move down. Still holding this area and trying to push higher. All right, so trying to get back above the 9 here. See what we get. Rejection. This candle closed below. So a basic little bear flag there, bouncing back down. Let's go take a look at the 5 on the 5, or go take a look at the 5 and see where the 5 on the 5 is. Coming down at bear flagish, just 200 support on the 5. So at this area, we know we need to clear this 200 to go lower, preferably be below this level right here to move lower. So we do got a very tower topish pattern there. It's got a little angle on it. Prefer it to be squared off better, but strong candle going in, strong candle coming off, coming out, pretty strong price action. But on the 5-minute time frame, you need to break below this area here before you're looking for a trade. Just want to note that on the 5-minute time frame right here, we did close above on that area, but we did not clear that area on the 1-minute time frame. So we did get the confirmation on the 5, but we never got it on the 1 to look for a long trade there. On the last on the 1-minute time frame, let's turn the 5 back off and go back to the 1. So very tower bottomish, bands trying to suggest more downside and popping right back up. So even with a confirmation candle, these wicks down here are getting really rough, possibly setting up for a drowning goose here. When it starts to chop like that, the best thing to get a box out. All right, so I'm going to draw the box clean down to this wick. Normally, we can go, or sometimes, we can go to the candle body, and we should be going to the candle body. Like on the top side, I'm going to stay just above the candle body, but I'm watching this wick more than anything. I want to break above that wick. I'm going to break below this wick. Just seeing a lot of extra wicks in that area, so just extending the box a little more, trying to stay out of trouble. See what we do get here. Chopping, trying to get outside of the box, but still no breakout outside of the box yet. This candle did close below, but we're still trading within that box. Like I say, drawing that box a little extra because of the wick staying a little wide in it. I'd rather give up $1 in the beginning of that trade and have a better chance of winning that trade. Still trading within the trading range. Bands right now are support. Trying to move higher. I'm going to extend the box a little bit here since we're still trading into it. Bands are tubing right now. This top band looks like it wants to open up. I'll still need a close up outside of this box, at least above that candle line. But like I say, keeping an eye on this wick right here. Want to break up above that wick. And that's just trying to kind of pick a happy-go-lucky area there. And you can still see coming down here, still trading in the box. Bottom band trying to open up. See what we get on the next candle. Still inside the box. Still trading within the box. Right there, we did get a close below the box. See what happens. So even closing below the box, the next candle need to take out the confirmation candle to go lower. Even if we do, this range low here needs to be cleared. So if anything at all, it would be a scalp down in that range low. We would not be looking to trade past that range low. And right back inside the box, trying to head higher. So drawing the lines extra, waiting on the confirmation candle. Those simple rules right there just kept us out of a bad trade. Still trading within the range of the box. Remember, we can take trades within trading ranges as long as the strikes are moving enough for us to do so. Still playing around inside the box. At this point, all right, trying to go higher here. Nice close above, signal right there. All right, so at this point to the downside, we would need to move below the confirmation candle that was confirmed outside the box, which got busted, by the way. So right now, a nice close up above this 50 on the one. Let's go look at the 5-minute time frame. So that's a signal that we should be trying to go higher. Still no close above on the 5-minute time frame yet. Let's turn the 5 on. The 5 is turning up. The 9 just closed above the 9 on the last candle. Going to go back into the 1-minute time frame here. Trying to go higher. So right here, signal up above your confirmation candle right there. This candle right there moving above looks like an H5 pattern. Signal to go higher. Bands look great. MACD looks great. So right now, a target up to 476.29 area. We are not looking to trade past this area. Even if we do move higher, we're not looking, 476.29 still target breaking out of this contraction pattern, contraction expansion trend, but we're not looking to trade up past this area right here, especially. This is a range high that's got to be taken out, but that range high right there is what we want cleared. Looking for a bigger move higher. But we can take little scalps here up 2 levels as long as there's room to move. And like I said, we got a signal to go higher. See if we can at least get into our level. Candle closed above. When this happens, we already see this candle closing below here, but when this happens, we're looking for that 9. We're not looking to trade up there. We need the 9 to get up above. Our short-term moving average needs to get up above our level of interest. In this case, the 476.29 was the level of interest. Turn that 5 off there on the 1. So that candle closed back below the 9. Up around 12:30 here, looking for follow through, coming back down. So on the way back down here, your target would have been back to the bottom of your box. That's your range low in that area. So it could have been a nice scalp coming into that area. Never quite come down here and hit the target yet. A possible bear flag, rollover, try to do an H cell pattern there. You can see this confirmation below, fail with backfill on a morning star that failed, looking very choppy here. But look at what we have. It's time to evaluate your trend. So we come down, we broke down, we put in this new low, we pushed up, put in a new high, pull back, put in a new low. That's your new high right there. So that was a nice little trend, but this just got broke by pulling back in and putting in a new low. So once again, this is a new high. See where we're going here. We have not broke below that area yet. We're not looking for a new low until we break below that area. If anything, a scalp for a price as memory trade down at that area. But we're not looking to trade below that area. Got to be below this candle here to trade lower. This could be looking for a higher low to go higher. Like I say, we got a new low, new high. So birth of a new trend with a little morning star there. They got a little bit of follow through on it. Possibly. So you can see your new low right there. I tried to do the new high and still busting right there with another new low. So pattern changing, you can start to see your symmetrical triangles in this area. So we know we are chopping here. So we're looking for a little breakout of something like this. If anything, for a scalp, but there's a lot of resistance above us and below us, so we're not looking for any trending type trades here. This is all scalp only until we see some real momentum coming in, like we had a nice little breakout, but we can see the price waves wasn't super long, so we're not even looking for a big trade in this area if we're looking to take any trades at all. Nice close above, that's a signal that it may want to go higher. Putting in a higher low, trying to go higher right there. So momentum candle coming in, close above. As of now, we're looking for a move up into that target area, but that's as high as we're looking to trade. Then we are turned up here holding this 200, 9's coming up. This could have been a nice scalp play up here, but we're not really looking for a scalp in this area, or not really looking for a conservative trade in this area. We want this 9 to get up here. We're still outside the BBs. We're hoping to see that 200 hold and get this 9 up there. Just a little too extended up above a level of interest. We need to get that short-term moving average up in that area. And as you can see, that's why we wait on the 9 to get in that area. Nice pullback, nothing but scalps to be had up there. And even if we do look for a trade, we're only trading up into that area. So see how we handle the 9 here. Can we go higher? So right there, you got a higher low pushing higher. Take this area out, looking for a trade up into that area. We have to clear that area to go higher. 9's coming up. You see right here, the 9 is turning, not quite yet trying to cross that level. If we are going to go up, we want to see that 9 turn up and going higher. We want to see holding that level in that 200 right there on the 1. Trying, that candle right there is pushing up into this level. This candle right here is trying, actually closed up above that level. If we clear this level, we're looking out to go up into that level. The 9 just turned up right there. Power's in the details, small details. Coming back in, barely below the 9 here. See what we get. 20 is on the way up. Let's take a look at this 5-minute time frame. 5-minute right there, got a close above a contraction pattern and that 50. Get the 5 up here, sitting right on the 5 on the 5. This 5-minute chart looks great. You got a low, a low, a low. So you got a series of higher lows and higher highs. So that's showing an uptrend. Got to clear this level to go higher. Looking for like a W pattern type confirmation there. This was a tough area to trade. Wasn't as easy as it sounds, or as it looks to trade. Strikes were not moving the best in this area, and just better off sitting on your hands. trying to go higher here. You can see nice close above right there, and we are going higher, looking for a trade up into that area. If we can get to it, that's what's got to be cleared to trade higher. Pulling in, so new low right there, and you can already start to see the pattern that we're going to be watching throughout the end of the day here. So you can already possibly see. I want to stay a little wide on this because there was some adjusting on this as we were going higher. So right now you can see your rising wedge pattern. So rising wedge is a bearish pattern. It does not have to break lower. It can break either way. So right there is when we closed outside of the pattern, and it's when we got to start drawing it, work its way back inside. So I want to talk about that because that could have been a breakout, or could have been a bad trade if you were looking for a breakout there. That was your confirmation candle that had broke below that trend line, and we never took the confirmation candle out. This next candle opened up, barely pulled, turned red, and then just pushed up green. So there was nothing to be had there. Looking for a move higher, we're back into the band, and remember, these can go either way. Pushing higher, back up into the top of the trend line here. So we can still remain within our trend. So just trading in a trading range here, we are going to get a nice breakout, just a heads up. Just that a little bit lower, staying on the wick right there. Just not trying to hug it too tight, staying on the top of that wick right there. Still trading in a trading range. Confirmed out of it, pushing back in again, and right there, a close below. So you can see the choppiness right here. This is a little W pattern. Once again, come outside of the pattern for another push right back inside of the pattern. Very, very choppy action. And it rising wedge is turning into a channel. And it could have been another breakout. Like I say, this was a very difficult area to trade unless you were sticking very short-term trades on those busted patterns, basically. So confirm this little W pattern, trying to go higher, still staying within our channel now. And you can make money as long as you're on the right side of these. You don't always get the biggest range to move, but you can still make money into them. Definitely trying to go higher here. And right there, this is finally trying to come out of your channel. You can see right here, we actually come out to the top side with some wicks, but we never closed outside of got confirmation outside on the top side. The bottom side, we just got confirmation. So the 9 is turned down. Let's go to the 5-minute time frame. The 9 on the 1's turned down, coming down. Let's turn the 5 on the 5 on. 5 on the 5 was a huge part of our trading. We did close halfway outside, so got some confirmation halfway through there on the 5. Right now, let's go back to the 1. The 1-minute time frame is confirmed. That candle did confirm out nicely. And right here, coming back up to retest your breakout area and your short-term moving average, which is the 9. This was another tough area to trade until we actually got the breakout. I give a lot of fake signals, but we never got a close back below this 50. 9 bearing down, but there was no close below this 50. So there was no need to be in a trade looking for a retracement yet. That right there closed below the 50 and pushing right back into that short term, or above the short term moving average and the breakout area. Now finally breaking down range low target. Put a new range low in search of the 9, coming nice clear move outside of the bands and pushing back into the bands. Like I say, a lot of backfill, and that candle was a very, very nice candle moving here into the end of the day. This 200 again is support. You can see the using the blended candle method, you get a falling 1 out of that, but it did not confirm. Actually, it did confirm. This candle right there did close below, but still playing with that 209 coming down. But that could be a signal. Band still suggesting more downside. Watching the histogram bars here as well, that red is fading, so some of the momentum could be changing. Band still suggesting more downside here. Bear flagging back up into the 9. Close below. Now 476.29, close below that. 9's coming down, trying to apply pressure once again. Right here in this area, you can already see a shoulder. You can see your wicks right there. That's a sign. So this could always, anytime I see this shoulder and head, this may just want to pull back and put in. It doesn't even have to look like a shoulder. I'm just expecting it to pull back and put in a lower high, and that can be with a candle wick sometimes trying to catch a breakout. If it's going to reverse and push higher. In this case, breaking back down, trying to move lower. So if we clear that range low, we're looking to go lower. There's your confirmation of that. Wants to go lower, price suggesting, or band suggesting more downside. Right there, nice push back up and a set of pipes or a very bullish engulfing candle trying to bring it right back down. Very ugly action. Still looking for a close below this area now if we're going to go lower. And still no close. Very, very choppy. Right there's a signal that we're going to go lower right into the end of the day. And right here you got a set of pipes, king and queens, several different names, tweeter tops, tweeter bottoms. The definitions are a little bit different, but here at Trend Catalyst we have just put all this stuff together and just looking at it as basic price action because it makes it simpler for traders to understand. And it makes it simpler for me to call all these setups as well. So just a set of pipes down here giving you a signal up. You can see some downtrends running through there. Still got to clear that level. Did get a close over. So at this point, here at the end of the day, you need to get back above this area right here before you even think about going long. Maybe a price has memory trade up there, but you can see this area coming in. Looks kind of like a complex shoulder already with a very ugly head. Or you can just see it as a V bottom, but there's a good chance you come up here and test these levels and want to at least pull back and put in a lower higher low, coming off of the higher low before going higher, at least that. So, and could this be the higher low? This area still needs to be cleared. We can get a confirmation over this area, which this candle right here just did, signaling more upside. Like I say, we're going right into the end of the day here. So they're trying to buy it up going into the end of the day. So you can see the afternoon was not super easy to trade. Even with the rising wedge turning into a channel, got a couple breakouts there. As long as you were staying short-term trading, that and respecting the levels, because there wasn't a whole lot of conservative type trade to be had there. So it was all scalps anyway until we cleared a lot of those levels. So as long as you were staying quick on the keys, you should have been able to come out of it and made money as long as you're using a sell or using your sell button. But it was a fairly difficult trading in that area. As long as we were trading within that trading range, that's exactly what it is. And that's why we try to stay out of the trading ranges and wait for the breakouts. Like we always say, trades can be taken within trading ranges, but we're not trying to trade the breakout of the trading range until we get the breakout of the trading range. Well, I hope you find this helpful. As always, please remember, discipline is the key to success in trading and in life. All the successful people that you know practice discipline. So let's keep that in mind. New year, let's keep working on that new you. I hope everybody has a great weekend, and I will see you on Tuesday in the trading room. Have a great day.